In the first video, we showed you how simple it is where you only want your visitors to check in, such as a cafe or bar, that sort of environment. For many of our clients, they want to know more than that. They want to know when the visitor arrived and also when they left. Under health and safety legislation, we have to know who's in our premises and the time they're there in case there's something that we need to be alerted to, such as a fire evacuation, that sort of thing. So my visitor log can be configured to the needs of your business. It's the same tool whether you're a cafe or whether you're a more sophisticated business. You're using the same tool. It's just configured slightly differently. So the sort of environments that we're working with are manufacturing, food production, warehousing, commercial offices, farming, simple construction, that sort of thing. So it's exactly the same process, but there's just a slightly more advanced level of information that we can capture through the smartphone. So using the same process, the visitor would open their smartphone, they would scan the unique QR code for the site, which would again log them in. Now, in this example, I've been here before, so it's remembered who I am. So as I've said before, if I've never been here before, I provide my email address, my name, and my phone number. But now we can ask a few other questions, and these are user definable. You don't have to ask these questions, but you have the opportunity to set up and ask the questions if you want. So I can ask who the visitor is who they work for. So this is a smart search. So if they put in that they work for ABC something, then it could be ABC Food Products. The second question I'm able to ask is who are they meeting on site? Now, again, I don't have to ask this question, but if it's important that I know that, then I can type in the person's name that I'm meeting with. And again, it will give me a smart search where I can choose that's the right person. Now, what you'll see shortly when I check in is that not only can I indicate who I'm meeting, and all of this information is captured in the management portal, which is, there's another video on the site which you can watch, but Robert would get notified via his cell phone that I'm here for the meeting, and I'll show you what happens with that in a second. So now I can present a bit more health and safety information. So here I've got some COVID specific things around 2-meter rules, not touching your face, washing your hands, etc. Now again, that's totally user definable as to how much or how little information you are presenting here. But if it's important that your visitors understand your rules, then you can present that here. I can also ask them some additional questions. So in this particular case, I'm going to ask them if they've been unwell. I haven't been near anyone who's been tested for COVID, but I do want to confirm that I agree to the health and safety rules. And I can also ask them some additional questions such as what's the purpose of the visit or other text-related questions. So in this case, I'm going to put in here that it's a meeting, and I now check in. And I'm now presented with a different message. Now, what you can see on my phone here is an instant message that I've received as the person that's having the meeting, and I'll just jump out of here very quickly and show you what that looks like. So in our instant messaging app, I can see here that I'm Robert Nathan. This is Robert Nathan's phone, and it's telling me that my visitor, Steve Nathan from ABC Food Products, has just checked in. So I know straight away I don't need to be notified by reception. If I'm in a plant which is large and I need to get to the reception area and know that someone's there to meet me, I can go and do that. If the visitor has answered any of my questions a particular way, I can also be notified of those. So for example, if the visitor said that they had been tested for COVID-19, I would want to know that before I went to the reception to meet them. So really simple interface from that perspective. Now, if I come back into the application, now once the visitor has been on site for a while, they will have their meeting, do whatever they do. Now, obviously, we're giving them a message here about that the person has been notified. We want to thank them for their acknowledging our health and safety policy, and we want to remind them to check out. Now, this information here is also user definable. You don't have to have the information, but it's useful to communicate because one of the key focuses of MyVisitorLog is capture and communication of important information. So the visitor at the end of their visit would simply check out, and then they get a final message just saying thank you for visiting us. If you get sick in the next few days, please let us know and stay safe. So again, this is user definable information, and the visitor simply closes the application. So really fast, really simple. You can capture whatever information you want through the application. Then in the back end, you've got access to all of that information. You know who, what, when, where, and why the visit took place, and you can capture that information for reporting or analyzing if you need to. Now, again, as I said in the beginning, if I come back to the site another day, I scan the QR code again. Again, it remembers who I am. It now remembers who I work for. It won't remember who I visited because I may be visiting somebody else, but if I now go in and visit a different person, so if I know their surname is Nathan, it'll give me all of the people whose surname is Nathan, and I'm going to meet with Bev this time. And again, I would go through the same process. So really fast, capturing that information in real time. So everything that I'm doing now is immediately available and visible to someone with the management portal. and I can then use that information in any way I see fit from a health and safety perspective. So fast, easy, and quick. And the same thing, setting this part of the system up for a more sophisticated site still only takes 10 or 15 minutes. It's this matter of working out what your messaging is from a health and safety perspective. But once you've got that, then it's locked in and the visitors will see that every time.